following is a feature presentation of the Replay Sports Channel, the home for great games.
Good evening, football fans. Zenith Coliseum in downtown Cleveland will be the site tonight of WFL 25's Monday Night Football, concluding Week 5. This program is brought to you by Royal Retros, your awesome apparel company for all your needs for retro apparels. XFL, WFL, USFL, AFL, you name it, they've got it. Check out their site today. Use the code REPLAY to get 10% off your purchase. The link will be in the show description. Monday Night Football brings us a matchup of two desperate teams in search of their first win, but do not let their records fool you. There's urgency, pride, and some sneaky storylines baked into this game. Hi everybody, Glenn Walker joining you from the Replay Sports Channel studios. Again, we're going to take you up to Zenith Coliseum in Cleveland in just a moment. First of all, the Detroit Wheels, probably the most dangerous winless team in the WFL right now. Production's there, but the finishing just hasn't been there. Team put up just over 500 yards last week against Chicago, and they still lost. That tells you about everything you need to know about Detroit's season. They pushed Chicago into overtime last week, controlling the ball for more than 41 minutes, rolling up over 510 yards in total offense, but it's the red zone inconsistency and missed opportunities that proved costly for the Wheels. Some key notes to know about Detroit. They have the number 6 offense in the WFL. They average about 380 yards a game. They do have a strong rushing attack, average about 135 yards per game. That ranks them 4th in the WFL. Rookie quarterback Jayden Daniels has thrown for just over 1,000 yards passing, has a 65% completion percentage. And of course, veteran tight end Travis Kelce already has 337 yards in receiving and 5 touchdowns. It's on the defensive side of the ball. Of course, losing TJ Watt in free agency to Arizona, that's left a gaping hole there. Defense has allowed 12 passing touchdowns. That's the most in the WFL, and they allow a whopping 416 yards in per game. Cleveland, coming off a bye, their problems are a little bit more structural. The offense just can't run the ball. 2 weeks ago against Las Vegas, Cleveland managed, get this, just 9 rushing yards all afternoon. Sam Darnold, DJ Moore, they show flashes, but the overall picture remains bleak for Andy Reid's Cleveland Gladiators. Cleveland has the worst offense in the WFL. They only average 238 yards per game, just 45 yards per run, rushing yards per game, 0 rushing touchdowns so far. Sam Darnold, 603 yards passing so far through 4 games, 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. DJ Moore will be the big-time primary big play threat. Defense, just 1 sack, 0 interceptions through the first 4 games. They allow an average of 407 yards per game. We'll have more of those stats for you, but again, it's all about getting that first win. As you see in the Northern Division, you got 3 winless teams. Pittsburgh on a bye week this week, so it's either going to be the Cleveland Gladiators or Detroit Wheels picking up the first win tonight. As we get ready to take you out to Zenith Coliseum, 45 degrees, slight wind, clear night in Cleveland. So glad you could join us here on the Replay Sports Channel. Detroit is set to return the kickoff. Back deep to return is Brown. Setting to kick off for Cleveland is Boswell. And we're underway here in Cleveland. Brown will take it out from his own end zone. He's at the 10, 20, 30. One man to beat, 40. Finally wrestled down at the 46. Great starting field position for the visiting Detroit Wheels. They're in their away white jerseys, yellow helmets, yellow pants, red numerals, moving left to right across your screen. Daniel working from the gun on 1st and 10. Drops back to pass, drops it off to Brown. He'll pick up maybe back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Edmonds with the tackle. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. We'll give you those starting lineups here in just a moment. We're just underway. Detroit working a hurry-up offense here against the Cleveland defense. Daniels hands off to Brown into the right side of the line near the 50-yard line. Pickup of 3. They'll mark him down at the 49-yard line. They'll bring up 3rd and 7 for the Detroit Wheels. Again, just underway here from Zenith Coliseum. Back from the gun. Daniels under pressure. Forced a scramble, gets away from a defensive lineman. He's got the first down, picks up more yardage, finally tackled by Washington. He slid down at the Cleveland 35, a pickup of 16, 1st and 10, Detroit. Cleveland in their home, black uniforms, black helmets, white pants, and those white numerals. Working under center this time, Daniels hands off to Brown. Chase Brown gets to about the 35. No, they'll stop him at the 32. Pickup of 3. Second and 7. They'll work from the gun. Back to pass over the middle to Shepard. He's got the first down, finally wrestled down by Watson. Daniels, 314 yards passing in that overtime loss versus Chicago. Chicago won yesterday over St. Louis to take possession of first. 1st and 10 from the 20. Handoff to Brown. He gets near the 15. Blackman with the tackle. Pickup of 5. Detroit moving the ball well. It's inside the red zone where they've had their struggles so far early in the 2025 season. 2nd and 5 from the 15. Hand off to Brown. He's met near the line of scrimmage. They'll give him a pickup of 2. It'll bring up 3rd and 3 from the Cleveland 13. 3 wide receivers set. Travis Kelce at tight end. Pitch left to Williams. And he's going to be stopped short of the first down. Just a pickup of 2. They'll stop him at the 11. 4th and 1. Head coach Kellen Moore looks like he's going to keep the offense out there. They're going to forego the field goal attempt. Daniels working from the gun. Heavy pressure. Gets the ball off in time. Incomplete, but there is a penalty. Alan Eck, the official for tonight's game, says there was roughing the passer, so ball will be marked at the 5. 1st and goal, 9.5 minutes to go here. Detroit on the game's opening drive. Hand off to Williams. Right tackle into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. So a 9-play, 54-yard opening drive taking up 5.5 minutes, and Detroit strikes first on the road. Tucker's point after attempt is good. So with 9:20 to go here in the first quarter, Detroit strikes first. They lead at 7-0. Carter back deep to return. And he's going to watch that one go out of bounds. So Tucker's kick goes out of bounds. Cleveland will start their own 40. Sam Darnold at quarterback. Lone running back will be Jones. 3 wide receivers set, 1 tight end. Hand off to Jones. Penalty flag flies. He gets to about the 41. couldn't see. The penalty was on defense, but I couldn't see what the infraction was. Be 1st and 5 for Cleveland. Cleveland, black uniforms moving right to left across the screen. Darnold in a little bit of trouble here. He's going to be forced to scramble. Gets to about the 47. Pickup of 2. It'll bring up 2nd and 3. Both of these teams in search of their first win. 2nd and 3. Darnold operating from the gun. Back to pass. Safety blitz. Picked up. Throws. Completes to Moore at the Detroit 35. Both teams moving the ball really well in their opening possessions. 1st and 10. 8:14 to go here. First quarter. Cleveland trails 7-0. Darnold. Quick toss over the middle for the running back, Jones, incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. We're already halfway through the first quarter. Detroit leads at 7-0. You're watching Monday Night Football here in the WFL on the Replay Sports Channel. Delayed toss to Jones. He's to the 30. Brought down by Wagner. They're going to mark him at the 29. A gain of 6. It'll bring up 3rd and 4. 2 tight ends set for Cleveland. Bates and Andrews. Jones the lone running back. Darnold fires a screen to Jones. He's got the first down at the 25. Tackled by Williams at the 24. Fresh set of downs for the Gladiators. They go back to a 3 wide receiver set here on 1st and 10. Darnold has time. Completes pass to Moore at the 14. Gets to about the 10 before being tackled by Gordon. A pickup of 14. 1st and goal. Ball at the Detroit 10-yard line. Handoff to Jones. Sweeps left. Near the 6. Pickup of 4. 5.5 minutes to go here. First quarter. Cleveland threatening. On Detroit's doorstep. 2nd and goal from the 6. Darnold in trouble. Forced to scramble. Gets inside the 5. Met by Stewart at the 3. Pickup of 3. It'll bring up 3rd and goal. Two tight end formation. Jones the lone running back. Darnold's going to pass, looking in the end zone. Intercepted. Cross tips it and then catches the interception. So Gladiators come up with no points. Detroit gets the ball at their own 20. Detroit being coached by first-year head coach Kellen Moore. He was Birmingham offensive coordinator last year. Handoff to Williams. He'll pick up 2. 4.5 minutes to go. Detroit leading 7-0. Jayden Daniels, 2nd overall pick in this most recent draft. Flag on the play as he's going to get tackled near the line of scrimmage. And again, we're not hearing the microphone of our referee. So we know it's a first down. We know it was against Cleveland. So we're having some technical issues here tonight. Handoff to Brown. Brown gets near the 30. Pickup of 3. It'll bring up 2nd and 7. Daniels under pressure, finally caught by Anderson. Just the 2nd sack of the season by this Cleveland Gladiator defensive unit. Brings up 3rd and 14. Palmer and Shepard line up on the left. Washington to the right. Penalty flag Throws to the near side, incomplete. And penalty was on Detroit. It was declined by Cleveland. So back to punt will be Gillikin. And to receive will be Carter. Punt is away. Carter will fair catch it at his own 21. 2:12 to go here, first quarter. Cleveland being coached by veteran coach Andy Reid. 234 career victories heading into this season, most by any coach in WFL history. In fact, he's about 100 victories ahead of the second person in second place, Sean Payton, as Darnold underthrows Bates, incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10. Clock stops with 2:07 left to go here, first quarter. Andy Reid was with Philadelphia, then Denver, and now calling the shots here in Cleveland. Darnold completes the pass to Allen at the 30. He's got the first down before being brought down by Davis. Under 2 minutes to go. Gladiators 1st and 10. They trail 7-0. Darnold back to pass. Has time. Looking. And tries to dump it off to Jones, incomplete. Jones used to be with the San Antonio Gunslingers. He was picked up as a free agent by Cleveland in the offseason. Minute 10 to go, 2nd and 10 from the Cleveland 33. Darnold in trouble, hit and dropped by Carter. Carter with the sack. Now bring up 3rd and 16. Darnold with time. Looking downfield. Has a man open, but Coleman can't come up with it. Incomplete, and that will force them to punt. Rigoberto Sanchez back to punt it away for Cleveland. And Proche is back deep to return for Detroit. 18 seconds left to go here, first quarter. Proche will take a fair catch at his 26-yard line. So just 9 seconds left to go here, probably the final play of the first quarter. Daniels lines up under center, 2 tight end, 2 wide receivers set for Detroit. And Kelsey's going to get it on a jet sweep. Kelsey with a pickup of 4. Kelsey, as we go to the second quarter, coming into today's game, 745 career receptions, 8,103 yards, 62 touchdowns, and a 7-time All-Star. We start the second quarter, 2nd and 6 from the Detroit 31. Hand off to Brown. He gets maybe a yard. It'll bring up 3rd and 5. Thank you so much for watching us on the Replay Sports channel. Make sure to like and subscribe. Getting your football fix here on a Monday night. Darnold to throw. He's got Williams open underneath. He's got the first down. He's to the 40. Gets away from one man. He's at midfield. He's at the 40. Finally tackled by Washington. A pickup of 29 yards by Williams. Detroit at the Cleveland 39. Fresh set of downs. Daniels in trouble, and safety blitz. Washington catches him. Sack by Washington. That'll put Detroit back at the Cleveland 42. Brings up 2nd and 13. Cleveland's defense having to answer a lot of questions about their performance so far this year as Daniels finds Washington at the 30, a pickup of 12. It'll bring up 3rd and 1. 3 wide receivers set. Kelsey lines up in the slot near side. Daniels, delay draw to Williams. Oh, fumble. Fumble. Who's got the ball? Scherf, the guard, picks it up. They'll mark it as 4th and inches. Kellen Moore decided to go for it earlier. Will he do so again? They do. Daniels from the pistol. He's going to call his own number. He's hit by the cornerback. He fumbles. He picks it up himself. And it's going to be Cleveland ball. He did recover his own fumble on 4th down, but he is short of the 1st down. So Cleveland dodges a bullet there. There's still just one score down. Darnold back to pass. Throws the screen out to Jones. Has some blocking in front of him. 35. Stopped near the 38. A pickup of 4 yards for Jones. Second and 6. 11 minutes to go until halftime. Handoff to Jones. Up the middle of the line. Tackled by Cross after a pickup of 3. He'll bring up 3rd and 3 for the Gladiators. Three wide receiver set. Allen in the slot. They're going to hand off to Jones, and he is not going to be anywhere near the 1st down. No gain. So 3 and out. Go the Gladiators. Sanchez back to punt. Proche back to receive. Sanchez gets the punt away. This one's going to go inside the 10, inside the 5, and out of bounds near the 4-yard line. Great punt by Sanchez. Detroit starts at their own 5, 9:26 to go until halftime. The Wheels lead at 7-0. Daniels throws, looking for Ricard, incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Clock stops with 9:17. Working from the gun, Daniels from his own end zone throws, and it's batted down by Anderson. That'll bring up 3rd and 10. Cleveland trying to apply some pressure here on the rookie quarterback. Daniels is going to be dropped by Washington, his 2nd sack of the night. Manages to get to the 2-yard line, avoids the safety. Going to be a tough punting situation here for Gillikin in the back of his own end zone. Cleveland with an opportunity to get some good field position here. Carter from midfield. He'll have the ball just inside Detroit territory. They mark it at the Detroit 49. 8:22 to go. Detroit still with a 7-0 lead. They scored on their opening drive of the game. Cleveland's been knocking at the door, but so far no points. Handoff to Jones. Pickup of 1, dragged down by Stewart to the 48. These two teams are from the North Division, looking to get their first win of the season. Pass to Moore. He's got the 1st down, tackled out of bounds near the 37-yard line. St. Just with the tackle. Halfway through the 2nd quarter. Low scoring but entertaining game between Detroit and Cleveland. Darnold back to pass with time. Underneath to Jones as a check down. He gets to the 35, 30. Wagner finally pancakes him at the 29. A pickup of 8. It'll bring up 2nd and 2. Darnold goes under center. Gives it to Moore on a jet sweep, trying to get around the right end. He's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. Ojulari with the tackle. That'll bring up 3rd and 2. 2 tight end, 2 wide receiver formation for Cleveland. Darnold from the gun. Fires over the middle, completes it to Moore near the 23. He's got the first down. Gordon with the tackle. Pickup of 7 yards. Darnold, 8 of 13 for 79 yards so far tonight. 1st and 10. Ball at the Detroit 22. Darnold with time. Throws underneath to Bates inside the 20. He gets to the 15. James with the tackle. Pickup of 7. 2nd and 3, nearing the 5-minute mark of the second quarter. Cleveland on the move. Darnold hands off to Jones. He's got the first down at the 12. Pickup of 4. First and 10 at the Detroit 11. Jones, 6 carries for 18 yards in the ball game. He'll get the call again, but he is stopped at the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Cleveland has struggled with the run this year. Only 9 yards in offense 2 weeks ago versus Las Vegas. Pass to Moore inside the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown Gladiators. And the Gladiators are on the board. Boswell in for the point after. And we have a tie ball game with 3 minutes 40 seconds left until halftime. Detroit 7, Cleveland 7. That one will sail through the end zone for a touchback. Jayden Daniels, just 4 of 7 for 53 yards in the game tonight. Back to pass. Drifts right. Checks down to Brown at the 25. Gets to the 30. Pickup of 5. Bolton on the tackle. Brings up 2nd down. On 2nd and 5, Daniels hands off to Brown. Gets to the 35. He's got the first down. Tackled by Bolton at the 37. A pickup of 7 yards. Under 3 minutes. Brown, 7 carries for 24 yards tonight. Another quick pass to Brown. Gets out to about the 40. Brown, 3 catches for 8 yards. He's the leading receiver for the Wheels. We're getting closer to the 2-minute warning. 3 wide receiver set on 2nd and long. Daniels fakes the handoff. Looks like he's going to run. He's to the 45. Hayward trips him up at the 47. And I don't think they're going to get another playoff. And we do have a penalty on Detroit. Again, we're not hearing our referee tonight, Alan Eck. We do know it was on Detroit. Clock stops with 2:07. Daniels. Screen pass to Williams. Near side. Gets out of bounds at about the 42. That's the line of scrimmage. 2:03 to go in the first half. Tied at 7. And, we're at the 2-minute warning. So 2nd and 15, ball at the Detroit 42. Knotted up at 7 between these two winless teams. Daniels back to pass. Gonna have to run for it. Gets to about the 45 before being brought down by Washington. Cleveland will use their first timeout. Clock stops with 1:52. 3rd and 11 coming up for Detroit. Daniels back to pass. Has time. Throws, and it's batted down by Cam Hayward. And 4th down, and that will bring out the punting unit. Gillikin's punt is away. Carter from his own 9 gets to the 15. Finally brought down near the 21. 1:39 left to go until halftime. Detroit calls a timeout. Darnold sacked by Stewart. Clock stops with 1:33 seconds left. 2nd and 14 coming up. Darnold working from the gun. Game tied at 7 apiece. Darnold back to pass. Over the middle, completes to Moore near the 29-yard line. Picks up the first down. Gain of 15. St. Just on the stop. Darnold brings him up to the line. Throws a quick pass to Allen on the far sideline, but it's incomplete. Stops the clock with 1:20. 2nd and 10 coming up. Cleveland will get the ball to start the second half. To get to Boswell's kicking range, they need to get somewhere around the 43-44-yard line of Detroit. Pass complete to Jones. He's got 11 yards. Timeout called by Cleveland. That's their last one. Clock stops with 1:11. 1st and 10. Ball at the Cleveland 43. 3 wide receivers set for Cleveland. Darnold, plenty of time to throw. Completes it to Moore inside the 50. They're getting closer to Boswell's range. Ball at the Detroit 43. 63 seconds left. No timeouts, though, for Cleveland. 1st and 10. Darnold trying to get him to the line quickly. Gets them set. Back to pass. Pressure coming. Completes the pass to Moore near side. He's got the first down. Needs to get out of bounds. Steps out of bounds at the Detroit 35. Clock stops with 45 seconds left. 2 tight end formation in for Cleveland. Darnold back to pass to Moore again near side. He says 25, 10. Tackled by Moss, but he did not get out of bounds. They're going to have to hurry. 36 seconds left. Moore, 6 catches for 87 yards in this game. Darnold spikes the ball, stops it with 17 seconds left. They'll send Boswell out for what appears to be a 27-yard attempt. Good snap, hold, kick, and it's good. So with 14 seconds left, Gladiators take a 10-7 lead. And they get the ball back to start the second half. Touchback, no time taken off the clock, and I don't think Daniels is going to try to run a play here. They're going to kneel down and go to halftime, trailing by 3. And that seems to be what they're going to do, as both teams head to their dressing rooms. Entertaining game so far between 2 winless teams. And it's the Gladiators with a 10-7 lead as we head to halftime. We'll take a look at those halftime statistics for you when we come back. You're watching Monday Night Football here on the Replay Sports Channel. It's halftime here at Zenith Coliseum in Cleveland, where the Gladiators lead it 10-7. Hi, everybody. Glenn Walker joining you from the Replay Sports Channel studios. And the first 30 minutes are in the books as we take a look at the halftime statistics. Detroit got things started on the game's opening drive. Chase Williams with a 5-yard touchdown run made it 7-0. And then it wasn't until late in the second quarter when Cleveland finally got on the board. Sam Darnold, 11-yard touchdown pass to Moore, tied things up at 7 apiece. And then towards the end of the second quarter, Chris Boswell with a 27-yard field goal made the score 10-7. As we look at those halftime team statistics, Cleveland with a slight edge in net offense, 184 total yards to 108 by Detroit. Time of possession, very even, just a very slight edge to Detroit. Not a lot of penalties in this one. Again, we've been having some technical issues hearing the referee. We'll try to do our best moving forward. Jayden Daniels, just 7 of 11, 61 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but he's been sacked 3 times. Sam Darnold, 15 of 22, 171 yards, a touchdown, an interception, and 2 sacks. Chase Brown, 7 carries, 24 yards, leading the way for the Wheels. Jones, 7 carries for 18 yards. Again, Cleveland struggling to find their rushing game this season. Detroit's receiving, Brown leads the way, 3 receptions for 8 yards. Notice Travis Kelce has yet to record a reception in this game so far. And Moore for the Cleveland Gladiators, 6 catches, 87 yards. Next week we'll have a Western Division matchup for you. The 3-2 Denver Gold will be at the 3-1 San Diego Fleet. So make sure to like and subscribe to the Replay Sports Channel. You'll get those instant alerts when new programs are available. Both teams are back out on the field, so now we can get you ready for the second half kickoff. Cleveland set to receive. Make sure to stay tuned all the way to the end. We'll have the Replay Sports Channel player of the game. As there's a touchback, Cleveland will start at their own 25. Operating from the gun, Darnold transfers the ball to Jones. He gets out to about the 28, pickup of 3. Third quarter underway. 45 degrees here, clear night, very little wind. Jones will get the handoff again. Counter Trey right. Tackled by Oliver, but he loses a yard here, so he'll bring up third down. Both teams struggling on third down. Cleveland just 2 of 5 so far tonight on third down. Darnold to pass on 3rd and 8. Throws the screen to Jones. Trying to get around right in, but he is going to be losing yards. Williams brings him down. And it's 3 and out on the second half opening possession for Cleveland. Sanchez back to punt. Prosch back to return for Detroit. Prosch calls for the fair catch at his own 23. A 53-yard punt by Sanchez. So Detroit's offense will get to work. The rookie quarterback Jayden Daniels coming in after Aaron Rodgers' departure to Arizona in the offseason. Handoff to Chase Brown. He'll get about 2 yards, tackled by Campbell. Brown, 8 carries for 26 yards. Also the leading receiver with 3 receptions. Second and 8. The give to Brown. trying to hit that left side, but Anderson stops him 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage. Detroit just 2 of 7 on third downs so far tonight. 3rd and 9, 3 wide receiver set. Detroit, Daniels from the gun, looking, has time, throws underneath the Williams at the 30, and he's going to be about a yard shy, make that 3 yards shy of the first down. So both teams go 3 and out on their third quarter opening possessions. Gillikin back to punt. Carter awaits the kick. Carter will call for a fair catch back at his own 19. It's a 51-yard punt, 10:55 to go here, third quarter. Gladiators with a 10-7 lead. Gladiators enter the game 0-3, Detroit 0-4. Somebody, barring a tie, will get their first win of the 2025 season. Darnold back to pass, completes it to Moore. He's got a first down at the Cleveland 33. Moore, 7 catches, 101 yards tonight. DJ Moore, the target that we talked about in the pregame tease. 1st and 10. Darnold over the middle. Incomplete. I think Ford may have tipped it at the line. I've seen a lot of that happening tonight to both quarterbacks. Clock stops with 10:02. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Darnold looking, has time, throws to Allen. Pickup of 3. Hooker with the tackle. It'll bring up 3rd and 7. 3 wide receiver set. Allen to the right, Moore and Moore to the left. 2 Moores. Pass completes to Moore at the 45. He's got the first down. He's to the 50. He's in Detroit territory. One man misses. Cross finally brings him down after a 23-yard reception. 1st and 10 from the Detroit 41. Cleveland, 223 yards in offense. Better than their average through 3 games. As Moore catches another pass and Cleveland gains another first down. Pass nearly intercepted by Gordon. He couldn't bring it in as he pounds the turf in frustration. Clock stops at 7:37. 2nd and 10 coming up. Play action. Darnold in trouble, is going to be forced to scramble. Gets to the 30 and stopped by Oliver at the 25. It'll bring up 3rd and 4. Halfway through the third quarter, Gladiators lead 10-7. Darnold calling out the signals. Saw something he didn't like. He had to call timeout. So the Gladiators have to burn a timeout. Coach Andy Reid, he's been a coach in this league for a long time, said the Gladiators weren't pressing the panic button. As Darnold goes back to pass, nothing open. He's forced to flee the pocket. Gets the first down. Tackled by James at the 19. So Darnold not afraid to tuck the ball and run. First and 10 from the Detroit 19. Hand off to Jones. He's to the 15. Tackled by Oliver. They'll mark him down at the 13. So a pickup of 6. Jones, 10 carries, 26 yards. 10th play of this drive coming up. Cleveland starting to dominate time of possession. Darnold back to pass. In trouble. And Wagner with the sack. 3rd sack of the night for that Detroit defense. And I'll bring up a 3rd and a long 14. They need to get to the Detroit 9-yard line for the first down. 4 wide receiver set in for Cleveland. Darnold drifting to his right, throws back left side, looking for more, but he's covered by Gordon. So it'll bring out the kicking unit. Boswell looking to kick one. It looks from about 43 yards here. Try to extend the lead. And it's good. So with 4:17 left to go, a 12-play, 71-yard drive culminates in the field goal. Gladiators lead at 13-7. Boswell's kickoff sails through the end zone for a touchback. Again, next week, Denver at San Diego, a Western Division matchup. Standings are starting to take shape here. Williams with a handoff on first down. Gets near the 30. Washington with the tackle. Pick up a 5. Brown, 9 carries for 25 yards. Nearing the 4-minute mark of the third quarter. Working from the gun, Daniels drifting to his right, throws back, and Williams had the ball and dropped it. I think he heard footsteps there as Edmonds was fast approaching the linebacker, number 49. Clock stops with 3:30. 3rd and 5 coming up for Detroit. They went 3 and out in their first possession, trying to avoid that here. Swing pass to Williams near side. He's going to be stopped at the 31. So just a pickup of 1 yard, and out will come the punting unit. So 2 consecutive 3 and outs for Detroit. Gillikin gets the punt away. Carter calls for the fair catch at his own 23. So a 46-yard punt, 2:35 to go here, third quarter. The Gladiators lead by 6 with a score of 13-7. Make sure you like and subscribe to the Replay Sports channel. We'll talk about some other programming coming up between the third and fourth quarter. Darnold slings one to his favorite wide receiver, DJ Moore. 15-yard completion, 10 catches on the night for DJ Moore. Got to think he's in the running for a Replay Sports channel player of the game. Moves the ball to the Cleveland 38. Under 2 minutes to go here, third quarter. Darnold will hand off to Jones into the right side of the line, and he got a yard. That's it. Clock moving. 2nd and 9 coming up. Darnold having a good night. 21 of 31, 233 yards, and 1 touchdown. Hand off to Jones. Gets near the 41, a pickup of 2 yards. 67 seconds left in the third. 3rd and 7 coming up. Darnold back to pass. Guess who? DJ Moore has the first down. 14 yards. Gordon having his hands full tonight up against DJ Moore. And that could be the final play of the third quarter. And yes, it is. Final play of the third quarter. The Gladiators are just 15 minutes away from securing their first win of the 2025 season. Make sure to join us every week for WFL Inside Access. It's really two programs. First of all, there's the review show. We go over every game that happened. You get the highlights, the statistics, everything about what happened and who won and how they won. And then there's the preview show, the preview of the week ahead, the matchups to look forward to, and what our experts think might happen. So WFL Inside Access, make sure to check it out. Make sure to like and subscribe to the Replay Sports channel. 3 quarters in, and one of these teams is going to walk away with win number 1. And right now, heading into the fourth quarter, it is the Cleveland Gladiators. They have a 13-7 lead, but of course, any of you who have watched football here on the Replay Sports channel knows anything can happen in a game. Cleveland has the ball at the Detroit 45. 1st and 10. Fourth quarter underway. Working from the gun. 2 tight end. 2 wide receiver. Jones the lone running back. Darnold calling out the signals. Hand off to Jones. Up the middle. He's going to be tackled after a 1-yard gain by Carter. It'll bring up 3rd and 9. Darnold in trouble. Pocket collapsing. Forced to run. He's only going to be able to pick up 3. So Cleveland will be forced to punt. Sanchez looking to put Detroit deep in their own territory here. Going to try to angle this one in a coffin corner. And it's a good one. Inside the 15. Goes out of bounds at the 13. It's only a 28-yard punt, but Detroit's going to be starting from their own 13. 13:20 left to go in regulation. Jayden Daniels lines up under center. 3 wide receiver set. Kelsey in the slot. Hand off to Williams. Gets away from the linebacker in the backfield. Finally tackled by Edmonds after a pickup of 6. Brown, 9 carries for 25 yards. Detroit only picked up 127 yards total offense in this game, 277 for Cleveland. 2nd and 4. Daniels from the shotgun checks down to Williams. He's got the first down. Edmonds there again. No, so Detroit tried to challenge it as a first down. Instant replay review said they didn't have it, so they lose the challenge, they lose the timeout. So it's 3rd and inches. From the gun, Daniels drifting to his right, throws back, and it's tipped at the line. Cam Hayward. So they'll bring up 4th down, and Kellen Moore is going to have to send out the punting unit. Gillikin gets the punt away. Carter will call for the fair catch. Back at his own 23. 54-yard punt. Clock stops with 11:58 to go here in the fourth quarter. Gladiators lead at 13-7. Early October evening here in Cleveland. Darnold completes pass to DJ Moore at the 30. That's his 12th catch of the night, 170 yards for the wide receiver. Pickup of 8, pickup of 7, brings up 2nd and 3. Darnold lines up under center. Pitch toss left to Jones. He's got the first down. He's at the 35, near the 40. Finally whipped down by James. 10-yard pickup. 1st and 10 from the Cleveland 40. Gladiators lead by 6. Hand off to Jones into the right side of the line. And got a fight on the field.
Number 25, 15-yard penalty.
So St. Just and Robinson were going at it, but there's no ejections. After the personal foul on St. Just, it'll be 1st and 10 at the Detroit 43. So tempers starting to flare up between these two division rivals. Jones gets the handoff and picks up a couple. Jones, 16 carries for 44 yards. Under 10 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Darnold passes to Moore near the 35. He's to the 30, 20-10. Touchdown, DJ Moore. And the Gladiators open up a 19-7 lead, pending the extra point by Boswell. And with 9:27 left, the Cleveland Gladiators with a 20-7 lead over the Wheels. Veteran coach Andy Reid looking to get career victory number 235 here tonight. After the touchback, Detroit starts at their own 25. 9:27 left to go in this one. They trail by 2 scores. Safety blitz coming. Daniels gets rid of it. He was hit on the throw, but no call by the referee. Incomplete pass brings up 2nd and 10. Daniels hit by Hayward. Sacked. 4th sack of the night given up by that Detroit offensive line, and it'll bring up 3rd and 15. Cleveland fans on their feet, making it difficult for Daniels to be heard by his teammates. Gets the ball snapped. Back to pass. Looking. Throws. Intercepted by Washington. First interception by that defensive unit this year, and Washington gets his name in the book. 1st and 10, Cleveland at the Detroit 35. 8:48 left to go in this one, and Cleveland in control. Another pass to DJ Moore. He picks up a 1st down. 14th catch of the night, 222 yards for DJ Moore. Both teams have 1 turnover each. Darnold from under center. It's going to pass to guess who? DJ Moore at the 15. Hit out of bounds by James. Darnold has now thrown for over 300 yards, 321 yards. 1st and goal, ball at the Detroit 9, nearing the halfway point of the fourth quarter. Cleveland piling it on here in the fourth period. Delay handoff to Jones. He's going to be stopped a yard behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd and goal. Cleveland fans on their feet here. Jones gets the handoff. Again met at the line. This time by Cross. It'll bring up 3rd and goal. Man in motion. Darnold under center. Play action. Safety blitz. Gets rid of the ball in time to Moore. Into the end zone. Another touchdown. DJ Moore having a career night as the Cleveland Gladiators extend their lead. Boswell misses the point after, but the Gladiators, with 5:26 left to go, have a 19-point lead over the Detroit Wheels. And Detroit is in danger of falling to 0-5. Detroit will have the bye week next week to kind of lick their wounds and think things over. Cleveland, however, will be on the road to take on the St. Louis Battlehawks. 1st and 10, ball at the Detroit 34. Daniels, time to throw, but he's sacked by Hayward. Second sack of the night by Hayward. Loss of 10. Things are going from bad to worse for Detroit. 2-12 last season. They're off to an 0-4 start this year. Not looking good for the Wheels. 2nd and 20. Pass complete to Shepard at the 30. He's to the 40, 50. Look out. Finally dragged down by Benford. A pickup of 45 yards. Probably the biggest gain tonight for Detroit. Ball at the Cleveland 31. 4.5 minutes to go in this one. Gladiators lead at 26-7. Detroit trying to mount an impossible comeback. Daniels forced to run. Gets to the 30, 25-20. Finally tackled by Washington at the 14. A pickup of 17 yards for the quarterback, who now leads the team in rushing with 6 carries for 39 yards. Under 4 minutes to play. 1st and 10 from the Cleveland 14. Daniels back to pass. Looking. Fires to Washington at the 10. To the 5. Finally pushed out of bounds near the 3-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal. Detroit. 3.5 minutes to go. Detroit trying to score. They scored on the game's first possession way back in the first quarter. Daniels completes it to Washington. Touchdown, Detroit. Still a lot of time left to play in this one. And Tucker on for the point after. It's good. 3:21 left to go. Cleveland 26, Detroit 14. Regular kickoff. Carter at the 10, 20. Finally brought down by Hooker at the 27. 3:07 left to go. Detroit has 2 timeouts left. They used one on a failed instant replay review. Cleveland now will try to drain some of that clock. Hand off to Jones, left side. He's to the 30. Pickup of 7, stopped by Oliver. Under 3 minutes left to play. Second and 3 coming up. Cleveland taking their time. Hand off to Jones, still working that left side of the line. Gets the first down, tackled by Wagner at the 42, pickup of 8 yards, and we might be heading into the 2-minute warning. That could have been the final play before the 2-minute warning. And we've reached the 2-minute warning. The Cleveland Gladiators are just 2 minutes away from getting their first win of the 2025 season. 1st and 10 from the Cleveland 42. Jones is going to be hit in the backfield by Stewart. It'll be a 2-yard loss. Detroit will use their second timeout, stopping the clock with 1:55 left. Figure Cleveland gets a first down here. That'll be all she wrote. 2nd and 12. Jones will get the handoff again. Gets maybe to the 41, a pickup of a yard. Jones, 22 carries, 57 yards tonight. Detroit's going to hang on to that 1 timeout remaining for the time being. 3rd and 11. Darnold's going to pass. There's a penalty flag. Pass is complete to Moore at midfield. Let's see what the call is.
Personal foul. Defense.
And St. Juice, that's his 2nd personal foul of the night.
First down.
So that might be all she wrote there. Gladiators move to the Detroit 34. 65 seconds left. And it's victory formation for the Cleveland Gladiators. Detroit will use their final timeout. They can't stop the clock anymore after this. Probably 2 more kneel downs, and that's going to be it. Nearly 400 yards of total offense, double what they normally do. The Cleveland Gladiators do. Darnold takes another knee. Happy sideline there. Andy Reid gets his first win of the season, his 235th as a professional coach in the WFL. And that's the final play of the game. The Cleveland Gladiators, they were 3-point home underdogs coming into this. They come away with victory number 1 in the season. And your Replay Sports Channel player of the game is Sam Darnold. I think honorable mention should go to DJ Moore myself, but the writers went with that, so we'll go with that. Darnold, 28 of 38, 341 yards, 3 touchdowns on the day. DJ Moore, 14 catches, 222 yards, 1 touchdown. That's your final score. Again, don't forget, next week we have got the Denver Gold at the San Diego Fleets. Thank you once again for joining us on the Replay Sports Channel. Have a great night.